Yesterday I stumbled across another JF stream. As much as I like JF, usually I'm simply not patient enough for several hours of content. However, this time the first comment said something along the lines, "This is important, you need to hear this." So I took the time, and this turned out to be true. Here's a short audio clip from the end of the stream, the purpose of this video.
And somewhere between step 1 and 2 is organize, form groups, meet regularly, and make it a personal mission to red pill one person this month.
Absolutely. On my side, the solutions, I like what Frame Games presents, but this is not enough. The alt-right has been talking about these things for a long time. It's not sufficient. Information is not sufficient, but information is not enough. We need to develop a system that will call out that sort of stuff constantly. I agree. We need.
Okay, I have to admit, my favorite system would be a constitutional fascism. This has never been tried as far as I know, and we have to invent it first. In this video I would like to entertain a small fragment of the system I have in mind, namely the process how politicians make it into office. Before I can do so, I have to mention the constitutional fascism should be rooted in a doctrine. This doctrine is like a constitution, just bigger. It talks about details. Probably it is a sequel of books which debate the systems your state is supposed to have. Let's say you want a taxation system. The doctrine should outline the spirit and the goals of your system. Probably debate other known systems, their downsides and benefits, and explain why your system is constructed the way it is. Of course, the doctrine also talks about migration, healthcare, education, welfare, etc. All the systems your state is supposed to provide for the citizens. Of course, a document like this cannot be seen as static. Times change and the doctrine has to evolve accordingly. It is important to mention I do not think this is the main purpose of politicians. They might be very influential in the process, but their main purpose should be to fulfill the doctrine. Compared to modern politicians, I would rather like to see them as a kind of administrator for your state. With this out of the way, my next topic is the party system. I think our party system is a cancer and we should get rid of it. In my eyes, political parties are something like institutionalized corruption. They are a breeding ground for weak, simple-minded people with unrealistic ambitions. So here is how I would construct the process. The first filter should be race or ethnicity. This is important because you obviously don't want to be ruled by foreigners. The second filter should be an IQ test. I don't want stupid people in power. Therefore, I would only allow the top 15% in terms of IQ. If you match this criteria, you should get a proper education. I mean, it's ridiculous. We have education for almost everything, just not for politicians. The curriculum should contain a broad variety of topics: military history, economy, taxation, negotiation training, basic knowledge about genetics and race. After all, we talk about an ethnostate, and so on. The core of this education is, of course, the doctrine of your state. After this process, you should end up with capable people of your tribe who have a pretty good idea how your state is supposed to work. Once they are educated, they are allowed to enter a dedicated public space. This is a platform for wannabe politicians. Here they can present themselves to the public, like we do with our YouTube videos, give speeches, explain their ideas and opinions, debate others, and so on. On this platform they can become popular. And the most popular ones, let's say the top 200, end up in your parliament. And again we create a subgroup. Let's say we take the 50 most popular from the parliament. They are the pool from which the people can vote their ministers directly into office. Those who happen to be ministers within the last 12 years are the pool for Chancellor and President. Leading positions in our administration should also be populated with people from the Parliament. Ministers have the power to change some important positions in their field. This type of construct would have two benefits. It would contain equality management for politicians and still allow people to vote those into office they find most attractive and sympathetic. I think people in general like the idea to be governed by people they like. A final note on the gender problem. Women are not supposed to be part of this. The two reasons are very simple. From experience, we know women are irrational and terrible in decision making. Also, women are far too attractive. They would easily outperform men in a popularity contest. The easiest way to solve this problem is to keep them out of politics altogether. Period. So, this is it. This is my concept to get rid of the party system, aka institutionalized corruption, and make sure politicians are at last of a certain quality, so to speak. Keep in mind, this is only a small puzzle piece. This alone can't secure a political sphere against foreign nepotism. But in my eyes, it would be a nice first step. Hope you enjoyed my thick German accent, and be well wherever you are.